Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first round of split number 20 or split number 2 in the 2024 season. We are here in Talladega. Good old Talladega. Recap of split number 1. Congratulations to Zach Saunders, Mike Burnett, and Nikhil Condor for uh, qualifying for the 2024 playoffs. And now we reset the points back to 0 for split number 2. While we take a look at the schedule here for split number 2 real quick. We got a lot of time these guys will have going around the track here, so let's go ahead and just bring that schedule up. There we go. Let's get rid of this stuff here. All right, so today's the RYCO Performance 250. That's at Talladega. We got an off week next week while everybody else is at Dover, and then we head over to Kansas for the MCRL 150. Next on the schedule would be the Darlington 200, followed by the Tyson 250 at North Wilkesboro. The stop, Soldier Suicide 200 at Charlotte. The Toyota 200 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And then we go road course racing up in Ontario for the Ontario Grand Prix. And we finish off split number 2 in Nashville for the Rackley Roofing 200. Lots of stuff here coming to you this weekend or this week. We've got the Nextel Cup Series starting tomorrow with the 2004 Daytona 250. That will be live here on this channel. That will be broadcasted by Nathaniel Campbell. We've signed him on for the whole season. Excited for that. For the Nextel Cup, full broadcasts for that series. That'll be coming to you live all 23 weeks of action from Nathaniel Campbell, 8:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. And then we've got, of course, the Talladega RYCO Performance 300 at Talladega in the Cup Series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting grid for the race today. So we head all the way back here. On the pole, we got our sponsor for today, Mike Burnett, with the RYCO Performance. We've got his teammate, Chris Burnham. Those two will be occupying the front row. We've also got Zach Johnson and Nikhil Condor making up row number 2. Stephen Menke and Zach Saunders in row number 3. Nathaniel Campbell, as I just said, be doing the Nextel Cup Series broadcasts. He will be in starting in 7th. Austin Runkle will be starting in 8th. Another RYCO car there. Ben Lawson will be starting in 9th. Thomas Villano in 10th. Cameron Romano in the number 800 truck for the last time tonight. He'll be in the 55 moving forward. He'll be starting 11th. And William Ranson starting 12th. Robert Fraley Jr. starting 13th, inside line. Trey Fraley will be starting 14th on the outside. Billy Bill Martin will be starting on the inside of row number 8. Next to him, Sam Bennett in the number 47 Ric Flair car. Behind him is going to be Bob Baker and Leeroy Sellers starting in the 52. That will be row number 9. Row 10, Daniel Jerza and Pete Morales in the 95. Behind them is going to be Ryan Taft and making his return to the Truck Series, Jeremy T-Bond. Behind them, we've got Cat Wheeler and William Kelly. We got Henry Kallhoff and Ray Gilt. Joe Gibbons and Sean Derryman. Jim Mott and John Connor. Nate Cadotte. And then we got Matthew Owens, Gordon Fraley is race control, and then Ari Amon on the back. And that is your starting lineup for the RYCO Performance 250 here for the Sportsman Truck Series. We are getting ready to kick it off here. I don't have a TV static, which kind of sucks. These cameras kind of aren't the best. We're going to have to make do with what we've got today. Let's go ahead and get some sound in here as well. All right, we are getting ready to kick it off. The two RYCO performance.
Is my truck skewed, or is that just
I had that
weird?
Turned off. Sorry
Might
about
just
that.
be your steering.
There we go. All right, we are getting ready to kick off split number 2 here for the Sportsman Truck Series 2024 season. 31 cars made the trek out tonight. Points are reset. Everybody gets a chance to make the playoffs. Top 3 from split number 2 will make the playoffs. Let's pop a cold one. And by a cold one, I mean a nice seltzer water. Get us nice and hydrated for the start of this race. Pace car is off. Reminder that the start-finish line here is not in the tri-oval. It's actually down past the pit exit, so they'll have to maintain speed here for a little. And the green flag waves, and we are green here for the first time in Talladega. Stage number 1 will come at the end of lap 20, so we'll see just how these guys handle this, because they're already looking 3 wide in the back. Nose to tail on the outside line. Definitely more formed up than the inside line. Now those are teammates on the front, so we'll see how they try and line up here as we get ready to settle in for the 20-lap stage. Looks like Chris Burnham's going to get the push down the straightaway, and he's going to come down in front of his teammate Mike Burnett, and they are going to kick off the front here. 71 Realtree Chevrolet there. That's going to be Zach Johnson. They're going to try and do some crazy stuff there, and it's not going to work out for them. And now you've got Mike Burnett trapped 3 wide middle. We are already 3 wide here, or at least looking 3 wide at the front of the field. Now, Daytona is not as wide as Talladega, so holding 3 wide here as amateur sim racers is not as scary as it may seem. It's actually quite easy compared to Daytona, and it's a lot easier than Atlanta for sure. So it's not actually that big of a deal to see some of these guys going 3 wide. So you see not a lot of formation there in the middle of the pack. These guys aren't formed up currently. So Mike Burnett's getting a big push there. That's going to be the 99 of Saunders on the outside. They are teammates. Oh! Saunders pushes his teammate down into the grass. Chris Burnham going for a ride through the grass there. Let's make sure he gets upright. He is. They're going to keep it sorted. Let's take a look at what happened there. So we're going to take a look at the chopper cam. It's coming through the tri-oval. It looks like Zach just thought he was clear, or they locked bumpers. Not 100% sure if the bumpers locked or what, but that was really weird. No, he just turned right down into him. So Chris Burnham tags on to the end of the lead pack here. While Zach Saunders, he's going to stay up at the front. Moving up into the top 10 there, that's the 47 truck of Sam Bennett. Looks like he needs to form up a little bit more on the outside line there, which he's looking like he does. Currently finding himself in the 8th position. That's going to be the 99 of Saunders dropping to the back of the pack. So he probably doesn't want to deal with the craziness. It's going to be the 61 of Michelle Condor as well, heading to the back of the pack. scrambling some cars here. Are they going to let him back onto the track is the question. As the 61 is driving around on the apron. Continue to see if he can stay caught up. Looks like he's going to get pushed by the 83, but they might lose the pack here. And there's a wreck. The 90. 90 goes off track there. We'll take a look at what happened there. Oh, Ari Armand looks like he just gave him a shove. Way to lock it down and keep it going, though. Quite incredible, honestly. Thomas Milano as well left the pits. Looks like he was actually in the pits. May have started late. He is. He did start late. So William Kelly has lost the draft. Michelle Condor and Chris Burnham have not lost the draft. So they are good to go here. A lot of stuff going on at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, the front of the pack has sectioned out. That is a hornet's nest in the back there. They are 3 and 4 wide right now, and there's a wreck. There's the wreck. That's going to be the first wreck of the day. And the caution is going to fly. As they were 3 and 4 wide, I was going to say there's absolutely no way they're not going to wreck there. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. First wreck of the day. Let's take a look at what happened. It looks like the 35 got turned, so we'll go ahead and hop on with him. 35, that's going to be Henry Kallhoff. Let's take a look at what happened. We'll back it up a little bit just to see. They're 3 and 4 wide. So they were 3 wide on the outside. That is the 35 following the 52. Looks like they caught a slower truck there. They got stacked up behind them into the wall. The 97 gets turned around. It's just a stack up for a lot of different cars there. Let's take a look at who else was involved. Looks like the 11 was involved. 25 made it through. Chris Burnham made it through. William Kelly made it through. Who's that? Jeremy T-Bond. Did he get tagged in that? He did. He just got tagged on the side, though. No major damage to the 92. He lucks out there. The big mess there at the front, or at the back of the pack. They were 3 and 4 wide. But they managed to get it sorted, it looked like. Not a whole lot of damage for anyone besides the 35 and the 97. That's going to be John Connor. So we take a look at his car here. He's got some right front damage. We take a look at that right front suspension. That whole right front is gone. Henry Kallhoff, let's take a look at his right front damage as well. Doesn't look as bad as it could. He looks like he hit it pretty flat. So it doesn't look like his car is two-toed out. Go rear chase. It's honestly not that bad. Not as bad as you would think for the incident that they were just in. Currently at the front of the field is the 76 of William Ranson, and behind him is going to be the 71 of Zach Johnson. Mike Burnett is up there as well. They should be coming to the choose cone here. So we are 13 laps away from stage number 1. Top 10 will be getting stage points. So take a look. Everybody from 19th on back pit. With that there. Jim Mott is scoring in the booth. You got a copy? No? Looks like he's already left his car, folks. I don't know. How long have I been muted for? I just noticed my mic was muted. No, we'll send him back. Jim Mott's day ended there by Ari Aman in the 247. As we get close to stage number 1 ending, William Ranson currently in control of the field. Got a whole lot of cars here. Let's see if we can pull up his teammate to get a recreation of what just happened there. Sam Bennett is scoring in the booth. You got a copy?
I copy.
I'd like to have a recreation of Jim Mott's voice chat because he had already left and I tried to interview him.
He said, I got killed. He fucking killed me.
That sounds about right, and I can assure you that that is exactly what happened. The 247 came 3 lanes down the track to end the 25's night prematurely here on lap number 12.
We got the engineers out there. They're saying it's about 35 minutes of repairs on that car.
Yeah, it was blown as soon as he hit the wall. So
Our other car, the 11 car, got an EOL, so 2 major blows for top tier tonight. Team owner's not going to be happy about that.
Not looking good. Not looking good tonight, but we got the 71 car up there in first. You're sitting just outside the top 10. So, there's still hope for top tier tonight. All right, we'll be sending you back down.
We'll give them hell.
We'll be sending you back down now. Good luck for the rest of the race.
Thanks.
We're going to bring up our race sponsor as well, Mike Burnett, sitting up currently in 3rd position. Mike, this is Corey in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, so we got you as the race sponsor tonight with, throwing out RYCO Performance out there. So we're just giving you your complimentary sponsor interview. You can feel free to plug them. We watched the video early. Looks like a lot of great things happening over there at RYCO for the 2024 season. A lot of good achievements for them last season as well. So happy to have you guys on board as a sponsor for the RYCO Performance 250 today.
Yeah, we got the RYCO Performance on the hood today, and we put it on the pole, so things are looking good for us. We just gotta hopefully survive the chaos and be there at the end.
Well, I can tell you we had a wonderful and colorful recreation of what just happened. Sam Bennett decided to give us a full breakdown of Jim Mott after he got crashed there by Ari Aman, and I can tell you the back of the pack's not looking pretty. As I'm sure Chris Burnham's been telling you about.
Oh yeah,
since
just trying to stay out in front of it
punted.
right now.
Yep. Well, it looks like you guys have done your choose cone. You're getting ready to go back green here. Once again, thank you for sponsoring the race, and we welcome RYCO with open arms. Thank you again, and have a good rest of your race.
Sounds good. Thank you.
It's Mike Burnett, number 39, driver of the RYCO Performance Chevrolet Silverado. Currently sitting. He was in 3rd place. He's now 3rd in line outside. 5 laps to go here in stage number 1. Stages today, 20 and 40. And here we go. Get ready, because here they come. William Ranson, the outside control car, lined up with Zach Johnson and Mike Burnett. Followed by, on the inside, we've got Austin Runkle, Stephen Menke, and Trey Fraley on the inside there. Followed by Sam Bennett, also on the inside, so he found his way up 3 spots on that choose cut. 4 spots, technically. Pace truck is off as we get ready to run 5 laps to the stage here for stage number 1. Second restart, technically. 3rd start of the race, and here we go. The 76 gets a good jump on the outside, 71 right on their bumper, but they are very disconnected from the rest of that outside line. 18 getting big pushes from the 6 there on the bottom. The 17 and the 47, however, are now very disconnected as the top line slowly comes together. We see the lines converge down the backstretch here at Talladega Superspeedway, the Alabama Gang backstretch. 2x2 into turn number 3. Ranson getting a big push on the 71 of Johnson, but back on the inside, Mankey giving Runkle a big push on the inside. So you got Trey Fraley and Sam Bennett back behind them on the bottom. On the top side, lined up Ranson, Johnson, Burnett, and Morales. Wheeler behind them, looking to dive 3 middle inside. The 76 is going to dive down, keep a big block there by the 76. Top line is formed with Pete Morales as they go 3 wide into turn number 1. Getting dicey here, four laps left in the stage. That third line forming on the outside. People wavering back and forth. The 71 looking to side drive down the backstretch. 39 gives a big push to the 76. Morales now down on the middle. That's Wheeler lined up on the middle with Ranson. On the bottom is going to be Runkle and Burnett. Lined up on that bottom groove as we go 3x3. Turn number 3 coming down. Turn number 4 to the short chute. Outside line, Zach Johnson, Pete Morales, and Daniel Jerza. Haven't seen that truck in a while. Had to pick that one out. Inside line, Ranson, Wheeler, Gill. Inside line, Burnett, Runkle, Mankey. As they look at 3 laps to go in the stage here. 3x3. Madness has taken over the MCRL Sportsman Truck Series here. The RYCO Performance 250. And there's the turn. The 3 gets turned. That's going to end the stage. Caution is out. Ben Lawson head first into the outside wall. Caution flies for the 3rd time here in stage number 1. As we see here, 3 comes up a little bit. 71 gets smushed into the wall. The top tier luck, or lack thereof, continues, as that is a big one. Lots of cars involved there. We'll take a look one more time. Down the backstretch here. And that 71 truck does not look right. See, 3 car going up there. 71 smashed into the wall, turned, and madness ensued everywhere. Big hit on the left side. That's going to end the 71's day. As things look a little different now at the top of the field. As they get sorted out here, we'll take a look at the running order. But it looks like Ranson, Wheeler, Gill, Burnett, Runkle, Martin, Mankey, Taft, Jerza, Saunders are going to be your top 5 or top 10 point getters there at the end of stage number 1, and a lot of beat up trucks here at Talladega following that crash. I believe 3/4 of top tier are now out of the race, or at least out of contention. The only one remaining, Bob Baker is still on the lead lap. Sam Bennett will be the only car remaining at a top tier that looks competitive and clean. Dairyman and Burnham stayed out, along with Nathaniel Campbell as well. Lucky Dog up at the top there. That's going to be Thomas Volano in the 78, getting one of his laps back. I believe that's going to put him only 1 lap down once he gets caught up there. 2 laps down, maybe. 19, and he's going on to 18, so he'll be 1 lap down. So up at the top of the field is going to be the 09 of Sean Dairyman. He'll be leading the way here. Behind him is going to be Chris Burnham and Nathaniel Campbell. Those 3 trucks stayed out. flip the stage. They pit on lap 6 and 13. Everybody else just pitted on 19, starting with Cat Wheeler on back. As we see, out of 32 trucks that started this race, only 22 remain on the lead lap, and another good chunk of those at the end of the lead lap are damaged on top of that. So we will have to continue to monitor who's competitive up there. As they should be coming around to the choose cone this time as we get ready to start stage number 2. Stage number 2 will end at the end of lap number 40. Lap 40 is when the stage will end. Caution came out on lap 18 to end that stage as well. Chris Burnham looks like he is going to take it down pit road. Top it off on some gas there. The field looks significantly lighter than it did a few laps ago. A lot of trucks have succumbed to the madness that is Talladega. So you see some cars up there that got some damage repaired, sacrificing the choose cone. Sean Derryman on the inside line will be your control car here for the third restart of the race, following our third caution to end stage number 1 at lap 21. As you can see, a lot of trucks picking up the tail end of the field there. Sean Derryman, followed by Nathaniel Campbell on the inside, and then Cat Wheeler, followed by William Ranson on the inside, or outside. Things got hectic. They got hectic quick. I don't expect it to calm down anytime soon. 73 laps here remaining at Talladega. Just a fraction of the way into the race. We've lost almost a third of the field. To be expected. Talladega racing. As now we'll see who can keep pace and who will not keep pace. As we get ready to head into stage number 2, Sean Derryman controls the field. Restart zone coming up right in the middle here. And green flag back in the air for the 09. Gets a big jump there on the inside lane. Cannot change lanes until the start-finish line, which he chooses not to. Drags the brake there smartly. O2 and 60 tight on each other's tails. 3 wide at the back of the pack. .76 looking to the outside of the 60 there on the outside lane. You see the significant break in the pack as to where the fast cars and the slow cars separate. Or should I say the clean cars and the dirty cars, better way to say that. You see the top pack here. This is all of your cars that have no damage. The 76 is now on the outside 3 wide of the 60. The guys behind him have a decision to make. Looks like Daniel Jordan's going to stick to the bumper of Cat Wheeler, and William Ranson's going to get shuffled out to the back here as no takers. Cars wavering here. The 60 and the 89 getting close together there. Ranson losing the pack on the outside, or losing the no draft on the outside lane there. He's got some help now. Bottom line currently building speed with Sean Derryman on the bottom. Nose to tail, bottom or top, roughly, I don't know, 18, 17 cars. Yeah, top 17 cars there. Looks like the third lane has been formed on the outside. That's going to be the RYCO guys. Chris Burnham right up to the back bumper of William Ranson there on the outside lane. As they look to take their RYCO Performance Chevrolet Silverados to the front. 3 wide racing throughout the pack here. As those RYCO trucks are pushing heavily there, they get William Ranson back to the front of the inside lane, and then he dips on them to see if they can maintain pace or if they will stay in place. 3 wide at the front of the pack, 3 by 3 by 3 by 2.5 here in Talladega. Caleb Uberman in the chat. Hello, Uberman. As they are 3 by 3 deep there, the inside lane is very disconnected. The middle lane is basically non-existent now, as everybody gets shuffled back into place. We have a huge transition from the top groove to the bottom groove, and then the bottom groove to the top groove. That was Nathaniel Campbell. I think Stephen Menke was another truck there involved in the switch. These guys are now holding a 3 by 3 on lap number 25 here at Talladega. I expect much of this to be the same. On Wednesday night for the Cup Series, I do not expect this to be happening much tomorrow in the Nextel Series, especially without heavy pushing in the Nextel Series as well. Still 3 by 3 at the front of the pack. Nobody can get a run to get away. Ryan Taft dips down to the middle lane there. He's going to be following William Ranson. Ray Gill. William Ranson clears himself across Chris Burnham's nose there. I imagine they're not going to be very happy about that. It's a big shove down into the corner. Planted on that bumper, and they're going to shove him back down out of line. Getting shifty. That's Ray Gill there on the inside. As you can see, that's killed the top lane's momentum there. They're not going to be happy about that. Sean Derryman now leading the middle groove. Cat Wheeler on the bottom groove. So these guys are all over the place at the front of the field here. Everybody else behind them pretty much single file after the first 2 to 3 rows of cars here. And, oh, there is a car dead in the back of the field. Caution is out. Caution is out. Somebody just got killed. And I don't know who that was. It is Bill Martin. Billy Bill Martin. We've got a man down. And it was a nasty one, folks. And we might be red flagging this race and calling the morgue. That's another blown engine, as we just heard. That 30 car, that 30 truck, is done for the race and maybe the season, maybe eternity. After that wreck there, big crash. Bill Martin, caution is out. We'll see one more time what happened there. As it looks like he got together with the 95 of Pete Morales. No space. That car's dead. 52 got tagged as well. 52, that is Leeroy Sellers. Take a look at that truck. Some right front damage there. Pete Morales, his truck looks okay. So that will most likely be a 95 EOL, causing caution there. Fourth caution of the day comes 28 laps into the race, 8 laps into stage number 2. Third fatality of the race, following Jim Mott and Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson hit a big crash left side, driver's side impact on the inside wall of the backstretch earlier. Jim Mott head first into the wall in the weaning laps of stage number 2. And now Bill Martin, lap 27, third fatality of the race. It's a good thing they put those safer barriers in, I'll say. The 09 led us to green at the beginning of the stage. He will lead us to green here for our 4th restart of the race. That'll come at lap 30, end of lap 30, lap 31. So we're gonna bring Bill Martin in here for an interview. Bill Martin, this is Corey in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, bud, how you doing?
I'm just happy to see that you're not in the hospital after that one. That was a gnarly impact. How's your back feeling after that?
Yeah, thank God this is iRacing. That was a good one. It's Talladega. It's what happens, and I mean, it certainly wasn't intentional. I mean, it's just Talladega. It really is.
Yeah, it was a gnarly impact. You went straight into the outside wall. Probably saw Dale for a few seconds there, and then the engine blowing sound effect probably brought you back into consciousness, I'm sure. Looks like your night's gonna be done tonight.
Yeah, I'm all done. The Eddie Van Halen 5150. Gotta love the Eddie Van Halen. It's dead for tonight. It's unfortunate. I was in Florida last week, and I miss racing, and it was good to be back here. I miss everybody here at moving chicanes and everything. And so I thank you for having it. Thank Gordon for being in the booth in the control room. Tough job for him. And just want to thank you and everybody else for being there.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Bill, for coming out tonight. Better luck next time. I'm guessing we're gonna see you tomorrow night at the Nextel Cup Series.
Oh yes, I will be there. I promise you. The
Absolutely.
29 car.
Absolutely excited to see you out there in the Kevin Harvick scheme. And then, are you going to be in the booth on Wednesday with Austin?
I will be in the booth on Wednesday in Austin.
Awesome.
Austin, back where I belong at home here in Massachusetts.
Back where you belong, out of the hospital.
Yeah, so
recovering from your Talladega injuries.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about this one tomorrow. So I spilt my drink, so he owes me a drink. So.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go get that cleaned up, and glad you're safe and sound. We'll see you tomorrow in the Nextel Cup.
All right, buddy, take care.
Thanks. Sending him back up to the garage there. That is Bill Martin, broadcaster for the Circuit Cup Series on Wednesday nights. You can catch that live 8:15 p.m. EST for the RYCO Performance 300. Him and Austin Runkle will have the call for that on Wednesday night. We're going to go ahead and get ready to go back green here. Looks like Garth missed the start by 2 minutes. I'm sorry to hear that, Garth. There's always Wednesday for you, my friend. I feel a Garth win coming on Wednesday. I don't know, it's just a feeling I got. Him or Cody got one coming. So we get ready to go back green here. We've got the 09 of Sean Derryman on the outside. He will be your control car, followed by Chris Burnham. On the inside line, you got Cat Wheeler and Daniel Jerza, 2 MCRL League veterans. We'll take a look here at the rest of the top 10. Chris Burnham, Daniel Jerza, Ray Gill, William Ranson, Mike Burnett, Austin Runkle, Stephen Mankey, Ryan Taft, Nate Cadotte, Sam Bennett, Jeremy T-Bon, and Nathaniel Campbell, and Zach Saunders. That's your top 15. Heading to the restart here, 10 laps to go in stage number 2. Sean Derryman will have control of the field out of the short chute. Looks like John Connors rejoining the track as well. That'll be good for him. Looks like you are 12 laps down. Yep, you were right on that. 12 laps. We currently have 22, counted 22 cars on the lead lap. A lot of guys still working with damage there. As Sean Derryman leads the outside lane to green here. Green flag in the air once again for the Sportsman Truck Series here. The RYCO Performance 250. RYCO taking the weekend here at Talladega with the RYCO Performance 250 and the RYCO Performance 300 on Wednesday. And they're showing out with 3 of their cars in the top 10. Can't complain about that here. It's a good way to start off split number 2 in the 2024 season. A better way to start off the split number 2 of the 2024 season would be get a win. Sean Derriman looking to currently do that. He led the field to green after stage number 2, and he's led the field to green here, and he is currently out in the lead on the top groove, getting a big push there from Chris Burnham in the 83 RYCO Performance Chevrolet Silverado. Cat Wheeler and Daniel Jerza pushing back on the inside, however, 2 aggressive super speedway racers. League veterans, as William Ranson is 3 wide again at the start of this stage. He loves the 3 wide action, or at the start of the green here. Her stage was 12 laps ago. As Mike Burnett follows his teammate Chris Burnham there in the outside groove, as Cat Wheeler currently edges out in front by a couple of car lengths there on the bottom line, but the top line comes back with a big push down the backstretch here, the Alabama Super Stretch. And going into turn number 3, it looks like Sean Derriman will have the lead going into turn number 3. And why not do a little bit of a crank it up? Get back to green flag here, or not green flag, normal extreme conditions here. As we come to 5 laps to go in the stage, the 78 truck of Thomas Milano gets past there. As you can see, a lot of cars follow each other onto the apron when they go to the apron. William Ranson back out in front there on the bottom group. He found himself in front of Cat Wheeler and Daniel Jerza as we look. Third line starts to form. 5 laps to go here. And that's a late block there on the top. That looks like Sean Derriman up there throwing a late block, I believe. Nope, that is John Connor, 97 up there, throwing a late block. As everything gets shuffled out now as cars prepare to fight for stage points. So that is a big push there by the 60 on the inside, or in the middle row by William Ransom. Sean Derriman gets sorted out there, shuffled out. 4 laps to go here at Talladega for stage number 2. I expect things to get a little crazy here as we get down to the 1 to 2 to go mark. As the 60 gets pushed out of line. That's Daniel Jerza in the number 89. Coming out in front there. Chris Burnham on the bottom. William Ransom giving a big push on the outside to the 89 to Daniel Jerza. Looks like he's going to fall back in line. William Ransom's going to go low with Chris Burnham. 3 laps to go here in stage number 2. Lap 40 will be the end of stage number 2. It's 2 wide here. I expect them to start fanning out 3 wide as the next caution will end the stage at this point. You got to fight for stage points because you never know when somebody else is going to make a mistake. 39 peeking out up ahead of the 89 there as they get ready to set up potentially the last 2 laps of the stage here. The 89 real close to the 66 of Ray Gill. Oh, we got 1 down into the grass. That's Jeremy T-Bon. He's going to fall off the end of the lead pack there, so he'll just say, I'm not going to fight for stage points. Thank you very much. I'm just going to survive to the end of the stage here. As that looks like Cat Wheeler going high, 3 wide. Will anybody take it with him? 1.5 laps remaining in the stage. And somebody else gets punted down below the yellow line there. As there's the 3 wide starting to form here. Maybe not shuffled back in line. As we come to the white flag. The end of the stage. 1 lap to go this time by for stage number 2. 3rd line forming. That's with Cat Wheeler in the back. Daniel Jerza, William Ransom, Sean Derriman taking the high line there. Who's going to go with him? Looks like Cat Wheeler is going to go with him on that high groove there. Trying to push him through the corner. Big block coming on the outside there. It's going to let Sam Bennett get up into the action if he so pleases. Currently sitting in that 10th position. And looks like Burnham and Burnett are going to go high there as they fan out 3 wide all over the place to the end of the stage here. 3 wide all sides. Coming down into turn number 4. Here comes the action. Right towards the trial move for the fans. 3 wide. That's going to be Sam Bennett, Sean Derriman. Sam Bennett, he's off the track. Can he find his way back on? He can. Lost a lot of momentum there. And that's going to be the end of stage number 2. Caution flies. We'll let them get sorted out before we give you the full running order, but that's going to be Chris Burnham winning the stage. As the 5th caution flies for the end of stage number 2. We ended under green this time. Chris Burnham is going to be your stage winner. Go ahead and grab him here for a quick interview. Chris Burnham is scoring the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got them.
Hey, congratulations on stage number 2. You've got the win there. How's the car feeling? It looks like you guys made a lot of progress on that outside lane there. So how's the action? How's the car? How's everything?
It's going all right. I got damage early on, so that was just kind of a test to see if I was still hindered by it or not, but looks like I'm all right.
Looks like you guys are stopped now. Do you have to wait for the pace car there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you and Mike worked together there on the outside lane to get you guys up into the top ranks there of stage number 2. Looks like he finished in 4th. You got the win, obviously. You guys think you have a shot at winning the race today?
Yeah, I think we got a good shot. It's always kind of a crapshoot, but I think if we can get ourselves safely through there, we'll be all right.
Absolutely. Well, we'll let you go get your pit stop done. Congratulations on pit number 2, or stage number 2. You guys are showing out well for RYCO performance tonight.
Thank you.
I gotta find your team. Sorry, I lost it. Where'd you guys go? There it is. Sending them back. See the RYCO performance truck there. A little scuff on the right-hand side. That's not going to stop him from winning stage number 2. Everybody taking their pit stop there. Chris Brenner coming out on top. Mike Burnett getting 2nd place there. So we see a lot of guys exiting the pits. Kick it off to a sponsor video. Coming to the choose cone here for the end of stage number 2. As we get back to racing action, next lap will be 51 laps to go here for the RYCO Performance 250 here at Talladega Superspeedway. Chris Burnham, Mike Burnett, 2 RYCO Performance drivers lead the way. Choose cone happening behind them here, as you see. So we'll call out your top 10 in line here as they get caught up. On the inside groove is going to be your control car, the 83 Chris Burnham and his teammate, Mike Burnett, followed by Ray Gill and Nashil Condor. On the outside lane is going to be Daniel Jerza. He's going to be followed by William Ranson, Stephen Mankey, and Kat Wheeler. It's going to be your top 4 in both lanes. After that, you've got Nate Cadotte and Sam Bennett running out your top 10. Nathaniel Campbell, Austin Runkle, Zach Saunders, Sean Derryman, and Jeremy T-Bon running out your top 15. So we get ready to go back green here. We will have lap 44. So we'll be going 51 laps until the end of this race. We haven't technically hit the halfway point, I think. That'll be at lap 47. Lap 47 will be that halfway point. So just a few laps after we go back green. Pace car is off as we get ready to restart for the 5th time here today. Talladega Superspeedway. Chris Burnham controls the field through the tri-oval. as we hit the Geico restart zone. Green flag about to be out in the air. 5th restart of the day here in Talladega, Alabama. Side by side down into turn number 1 here. Christopher Burnham and Daniel Drizza leading the way on the top and bottom rows, respectively. Approximately 20 cars here in this lead lap pack as we approach the halfway point in this race. Branson looks to the outside once again here for the 3rd restart in a row, looking to make that 3rd lane work to no avail, as that gives the RYCO Performance guys on the bottom lane there a free pass. But back on the inside, or outside again, there's Cat Wheeler and Daniel Drizza. They've been working together all race at the front of the pack for a while now. These two are very familiar with each other. They've raced together a long time here in the MCRL. Thank you. So we see Jim Mott makes it back out onto the track after his engine was blown. They've done a full engine swap here at Talladega. We find our Daytona 250 winner, Nate Cadotte. He's back up into the top of things here after taking it easy for the first couple of stages. Obviously, the winner of the Daytona 250, our last super speedway race in the series, he's always going to be a threat at these kinds of tracks. Triable for the 48th time here today, and Cadet Connor again on the outside. John Connor is multiple laps down. I believe he's working with his teammate there, Nick Cadet. Field approaches the lap truck here of the 25 of Jim Mott. He should stay high and let the field by here down the front stretch. And he does. As you can see now, things are very civil here, as it looks like these guys have agreed to just run some laps, tick down that lap counter until we get close to the end of the race here. Just as I say that, the RYCO team forms up on the outside. Looks like they're ready to take it 3 wide here. The outside lane. As it looks like they just slow it down. And they're just going to tag on to the end of the lead lap. Very civil at the front of the pack here. Everybody running side by side. And just as I say that, Cat Wheeler and Nichelle Condor get shuffled together there. That's going to send a couple of cars to the back. Looks like Jeremy T-Bon's going to pick up Nichelle there on the outside lane. Wide on the outside. That's going to be Austin Runkle. He gets up close to the wall there. It's that 47 truck of Sam Bennett slowly creeping up towards the field. He's just been hanging around the top 10. Just waiting to make his move. His only career win coming at Talladega. Actually, I take that back. His only career win is in Atlanta. But same kind of track, super speedway. So that looks like the Jim Mott truck up ahead, I believe. Or is that the Bob Baker machine? That's going to be the number 11 Bob Baker machine there on the outside as he gets passed and lapped here. We'll take down 40 laps to go here in Talladega. These guys are logging laps now. Getting ready for the end of this race where they can push just that little bit harder. Five cautions so far here in Talladega. William Ranson looks to the outside lane again. He was clear, he no longer is clear. Leeroy Sellers up there behind Ryan Taft. Ryan Taft putting the bumper to Cat Wheeler now. Ryan Taft, his only MCL career win, also coming at a super speedway. I believe that was Daytona in an old ARCA series. Not the current ARCA series, but a previous rendition of it. Daniel Drzyzga and Cat Wheeler, those are the two names that you've probably heard a lot of tonight, alongside Mike Burnett, Chris Burnham. Those 4 drivers have been the class of the field. The back row bandit drivers have backed off now. They're just waiting at the back of the field now that there's no stage points to be hunting after they have fallen off to the back of the pack. Strategy seen well in the end, or well at the back in the 2000s, early 2000s. You'd see those Hendrick Motorsport cars fall off to the back of the pack until it was time to start pushing. I would imagine we'll see them start making some moves around lap 80 to get back up near the front. Looks like they're just going to take about 15, 20 laps off here. 20, 25 laps off. Keep it safe. Ryan Taft on the back bumper of Cat Wheeler, pushing at the front of that outside line. 2 veteran league members raced a lot around each other. All 3 of the top 3 members currently long-standing members of the MCRL. Daniel Drzyzga, Ryan Taft, and Cat Wheeler. All been here a long time. Back on the outside, that's Jeremy T-Bon. Add another to the list there of drivers that have been around for a while, I believe. Or is that Zach Saunders? No, that's Zach Saunders up there. Sorry, their cars look very similar. Jeremy T-Bon's that white truck on the inside line down there. Zach Saunders in the 99 truck getting a big push from the 61 and the Show Condor there. That's 2 drivers that have already qualified for the playoffs. They're playoff point hunting now. Every win, remember, gives you 5 points. 5 playoff points to start the playoffs. So those playoff points are huge. So we head down the short chute again towards the trioval here for the 57th time as they catch Jim Mott again here. Jim Mott just performed a full engine swap with his team. So looks like this might get a little dicey 4 wide in the corner here. Stephen Menke had to slow way down to get out of the way there. But he's back there with some pretty fast trucks. I'm sure that won't be too much of a problem for him. As Zach Saunders to the point now. Familiar name, and there's the wreck. There's the wreck. Oh, there's a lot of cars around. There is a lot of cars around. Somebody hard into the wall there. Sam Bennett has crashed. Let's take a look at what happened from the chopper view. Was this the final blow on the top tier team? Wrecking in front of them. Nowhere to go. The 78 just comes down. And that is the day for the 47. Killed by the 78. That's going to end top tier's chance at a win this evening. Up at the front of the pack, Daniel Drzyzga and Zach Saunders. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what actually caused that yellow flag to happen. It looks like it formed from the front of the field. And that looks like it was a 60 being 3 wide center there. I believe. 60, 61. That was about 4 of them there that all got together. Leroy goes around as well. You can see him sideways. Cadotte involved. 5295 involved. 52 blew his engine. That's going to be Leroy's day as well. A lot of blown engines tonight here in, or is that the 95 that blew his engine? I don't know. I heard it blew an engine. That might have been Sam's engine, however. As everybody here taking pit road. So I guess we'll grab Sam here for his sending off ceremony. Sam Bennett is scoring the booth. Get a copy?
Copy.
We're sending you off here as it looks like you were killed by a lap car. So congratulations, you've won the lottery.
Yeah, it looked like the number 9 pushed him and then he lost it.
To me, it looked like the 78 just turned straight down India. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I missed
Yeah.
it.
It's all right. Some people just can't handle the big leagues.
Well, I'm sure that you'll be back out here tomorrow for the Nextel Cup Series out at Daytona. Another chance for you to get your win. And then, of course, you've always got your shot at the Cup Series race on Wednesday. Top tier, bringing a lot of dead tier trucks back to the garage this week.
It's just how it goes sometimes, Talladega. There's a roll of the dice.
It's always a roll of the dice. Alrighty, well, congratulations on winning the lottery and blowing your engine. You are the 5th car today to blow your engine, so we'll send you back down there to pay your respects. Sam Bennett, number 47, Ric Flair, Chevrolet Silverado. Back up in the front, Zach Saunders won the race off pit road, followed by Cat Wheeler, Ray Gill, William Ranson, and the Show Condor. That's your top 5 here with 34 laps to go at Talladega. As we will now get ready to go green for the 6th time tonight, averaging 10 green flag laps a run here. Caution every 10 laps, 60 laps, 6th caution. Number of vehicles significantly cut down again after that. We now only have... we still have 20... No, we have 20 on the lead lap now. Yeah, 20. 20 cars on the lead lap. Nope, I lied. 13 cars. No, 14, 15. 19 cars on the lead lap. Sorry, I can't talk. 19 cars on the lead lap here as we get ready to restart for the 6th time here tonight in Talladega. There's Robert Fraley up there on the top groove. Still finds himself on the lead lap. He's going to be outside lane there. I believe. Oh no, he's not on the lap. He is the first car lap down. Lucky Dog on the outside there. Everybody else catching up to the field now will have to fall in line on the bottom line. As we can only hope that the Cup Series is a little bit cleaner than the Cup Series than the Truck Series has been here tonight. Hopefully we keep a few extra cars on track for the Cup Series. That's my goal. Let's keep some cars on the track. As we get ready to go green again for the 6th restart here. Zach Saunders will be your control car, leading the field to green. Behind him, Ray Gill. On his outside, Cat Wheeler, William Ranson behind him. A long single file, a lot of cars stacking up on the inside there. Is this going to be a valid restart? Looks like it will not be a valid... Oh, it is a valid restart. Okay, we validate the restart as lap cars go off all around behind them there in the back of the pack. That was crazy. 76 down in front of the 86. Daniel Jersey, Cat Wheeler on the outside lane getting hooked up again as we get closer and closer to 30 laps to go here at Talladega. Our field has been cut almost in half. That doesn't mean the action isn't going to be picking up. You can can see there, Zach Saunders on the inside lane, real tight, getting pushed by multiple cars, it looks like, stacked up behind him. As Daniel Jersey gives a big push to the 60 of Cat Wheeler on the outside lane. Ryan Taft behind them now. Cat Wheeler goes down in front of Zach Saunders, as he looks to control the field now. We are approaching 30 laps to go here from Talladega, which means we have approximately 22 minutes if they were to stay green remaining in this race. Laps will tick down very quickly here at Talladega as we keep going. Just under an hour and a half into this race, I suspect we'll be here for just under 2 hours in total race time. Bob Baker leaving the pits there on the inside. Cat Wheeler currently leading the way on the bottom lane. The outside lane is Daniel Jersey, Ryan Taft. Those guys are best buds. Good to see them together on the outside lane together as we finally get the field sorted out 2 by 2. We'll take a look here at just how long they will stay 2 by 2 before people start taking out 3 wide. Daniel Jersey, a big bump there from Ryan Taft on the outside lane. Behind them is going to be Jeremy T-Bon. Finds his way into the top 6. There in that 92 truck. Large crowd here at the virtual Talladega Super Speedway. A large virtual crowd online. 33 viewers out in the chat tonight. Thank you everyone for showing up tonight. Mike Burnett, Chris Burnham, they take it 3 wide outside. They're the first takers. Behind them is Leeroy Sellers. It looks like a lot of guys getting upsetty spaghetti. Almost 4 wide there for a second. As Burnham and Burnett are going to find their way to the front of the field. Looks like backing out of that is Jeremy T-Bon. He wants none of that 3 wide business. Says no thank you. I was running top 3 on the outside lane and I'll just slot back here. Back in 11th. No reason to test the waters here with just under 30 laps to go in the race. And the 2 RYCO drivers are going to lead the race here. So you got Ryan Taft pushing Mike Burnett on the middle lane there. Big pushes there from the Ford F-150 Circuit Razor 4. As the RYCO 38 clears the 83, and they are going to, Ryan Taft a little bit uneasy there after the push from Jersey. But RYCO leads the way on the bottom lane once again here at Talladega. We will have an off week next week in the Sportsman Truck Series, as everybody else heads to Dover, and everybody else meaning the Cup Series. Nextel Cup Series heads to Rockingham, 2 very similar-esque tracks. Somebody uneasy there on the bottom line. That looks like the 92 Jeremy T-Bon. He's getting shoved out of line. He's just getting bullied around there in the back of the pack. He's hoping to stay at the tail end of the lead pack now. Ryan Taft climbs up the track. Bit of draft off the lap car there, and they are going to clear. To try over Ryan Taft. He's going to wreck himself across the nose of the 38. I think he thought he was clear. Definitely was not. Because that 39 or 38 truck is going to have some damage. Caution coming out for the 7th time here. Let's take a look at what happened. Indecisive. And he's just going to spin himself out. 66 going to get some damage there. 86 going to get some damage there. He's going to keep it going, though. Not a whole lot for the 86. A little bit on the back bumper there. Take a look at that from Ray Gill's perspective as well. Just see what he saw. Nothing. Nothing until it was too late. Came back up the track. He also got spun out. Good job holding the brakes there by the 66 driver. And his steering does not look right. That steering does not look right. Definitely got some sort of steering problems there. As Daniel Jerza scored leader at the time of caution, the number 89. I'm sure Ryan Taft will be cleared with the penalty I see there for clearing himself across the bumper of the 38. A lot of trucks taking the option there to pit last second. That's going to leave the 89 and the 60 out. 89 and the 60 both pit last on lap 59, along with William Ranson. So you got to think they've got to be real close to that number. I think it's about 35 laps in gas, and you got to think with the cautions that they saved a little bit. So we're looking at a total of 3 cars did not pit: Jerza, Wheeler, and Ranson. Everybody else took the option down pit road. Hit the ad one last final time here as we tick down the final laps here at Talladega Superspeedway. "25 laps to go here at Talladega as we get ready to go green for the 7th time. Daniel Jerza leading the field down into the short chute here. 7th time. We will be restarting. Do the tryover for the 7th time on the restart. Daniel Jerza has control of the field on the inside line. Green flag in the air. Cat Wither, a big jump on the outside. Michelle Condor in tow. William Ranson behind the 89 of Daniel Jerza. As the field shapes out behind. The bottom line has more cars in close vicinity. It looks like the back road guys decided to lay back again after that last restart. Backed up 2x2 all the way throughout the field now. As we see Stephen Menke finding his way back up into the front of the pack there. He's the second bottom line behind William Ransom in the number 76. Outside line, Daniel Jerza, Cat Wheeler once again hooked up with 22 laps to go here in Cadotte. These cars are going to just about 185 to 187 miles an hour into turn number 3. Over a bump, nonetheless, where the tunnel moves underneath the track. So that is a lot of, it's definitely an area that can be quite scary for these drivers. As we see Cat Wheeler looking kind of towards the middle there. He's going to stay in line though for now. He's going to think better of himself. Daniel Jerza, he's going to find himself low. He's going to go down in front of Stephen Menke, giving Cat Wheeler an opportunity to pump William Ranson there. Oh boy! And there's a wreck. They're wrecking. It's a big one, and it looked like there wasn't going to be a lot of damage. But oh boy, did that spiral out of control real fast. Oh, who's that on the inside? Is that Chris Burnham? It is. Huge damage to the 83 truck. RYCO Performance. Oh no. Lots of damage in place there. As let's take a look at what happened. 60 just looks like he got sucked down. He didn't escape without damage. 6 gets a big wall up there. What happened to Chris Burnham, however? That's what I want to see. Let's kick a cockpit on Chris Burnham. Oh! The 78 comes out of nowhere. Oh, man. What happened to the 78 there? 78, that's going to be... the 78? Thomas Villado. Let's see what happened to him here. He was through it. Oh. Who was that? Was that Mike Burnett? Did this whole chain reaction start with Mike? No, Mike got slowed down. Oh, that was Leeroy Sellers. He sees his teammate go hard into the wall up there. An absolute yard sale down the back stretch. As the 83 has significant damage after that incident. And the field continues to thin here in Talladega. The field continues to thin. Not a whole lot of cars on the lead lap. Not a whole lot at all. 18, 17, but how many of those are competitive? 5, maybe 10. Cody, how many have died tonight? Well, we've had 5 fatalities. 6 fatalities if you include Chris Burnham just absolutely smacking the wall there. That was another driver's side impact. Very potentially driver's side fatality there for the 83 car. So you could have maybe 5.5, 6 deaths tonight. Let's count them back from the top. Jim Mott, he visited the outside wall, and then he returned to the track after fixing his damage. Sam Bennett, he's dead. Zach Johnson hit the inside wall hard. Bill Martin, he hit the outside wall extremely hard, hardest hit of the night. Chris Burnham, that's 5. That just happened there. Whole lot of dead bodies on the track this evening. So we get ready for the choose cone here. 19 laps remaining. Be 17 laps to go here as we approach turn number 3. Sun setting over Talladega. No lights. Race might be called the darkness at this rate. Either that or it's a really dark cloud. Down the short chute into the tri-oval for the 8th time today. Did Saunders lose to the pace car? It looks like he did. He is a lap down. Leeroy Sellers a lap down. Trey Fraley lap down. 15 cars on the lead lap. Stephen Mankey is your last car on the lead lap at the back of the tail end of the field there. Wayne Ranson, the control car on the outside. He's going to launch off that outside. Side by side out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Austin Runkle, Jeremy T-Bon on the inside, Sean Derriman. Henry Kallhoff, he's found his way back up into the top 5 as well after his early crash. That's Nathaniel Campbell behind William Ranson there. A lot of different names up at the front of the pack all of a sudden. Tri-oval here. Looks like Ranson on the outside is going to have a little bit of an edge. Laps to go. Looks like they're slowly getting single filed out, and there's another wreck. Caution is going to come out for the 9th time here tonight. Wrecking. Zach Saunders involved. More incidents. Name of the game. Take a look at what happened here. Stack up there. 92 gets bumped, and they all come together. 92 into the wall. Fraley hits the wall hard there. Saunders involved. Let's take a look at that from the cockpit view. Jeremy T-Bon. On the outside there, a little trap. Come back down, check it up. Bumped into him, tries to get out of the way. Nowhere for them to go. That's Gibbons. That's 99 of Zach Saunders hard into the outside wall. Ryan Taft is locking it down. Or no, his left front is destroyed. He's not locking it down. Let's take a look at Ryan Taft's left front tire here. It is locked down, but did he have hard contact? It is not moving. That tire is destroyed. Yep. He's on the throttle. That thing is broken. That thing is broken. It is phased into the ground. He's going full speed. He doesn't care that he doesn't have a tire. Oh, it's spinning again. Is Ryan Taft in the pit lane? He is. He is in the pit lane. Hard right side impact there. His teammate Jeremy T-Bon right behind him. William Ranson still leading the field here. It broke free. It really did look like it broke free there. It was interesting how that occurred. Don't mind me, I'm doing a little bit of birthday shopping right now. My birthday coming up here in a couple weeks, looking at a new smartwatch. Flag back in the air. 13 laps to go. Sorry, I'm trying to do a little bit of logistical shopping. Kallhoff being pushed by Mike Burnett. It's been a war of attrition tonight, I will say. It's been an absolute war of attrition. William Ranson on the top line with Nathaniel Campbell behind him. Kallhoff and Mike Burnett on the bottom line. As we approach just over 10 laps to go, coming close to 11 laps to go here. Side by side here. This has been the case all night, but it looks like the top line is more formed. They're really formed up on the top groove up there. Very, very close together. Ransom taking the outside line to the front of the field there. The 82 of Campbell in tow. 32 to Cadette's going down low. Cat Wheeler, Daniel Drizzle, they find themselves back up into the mix here. Cadet on his tail. Daniel Drizzle on the bottom. Cat Wheeler getting real close there with the side draft. 8 laps to go here in Talladega. Stephen Menke finding his way on the outside. They look like they're 3 wide. They're all over the place. They get it recollected. Guys are starting to get antsy, for sure. Three wide begins. That's the outside groove. Stephen Menke, and they're turned. Oh, it's a big one. That took out a lot of trucks. That took out a lot of trucks. With 6 to go, another big accident collects more cars. This one is Sean Derryman. And it looks like bad bump from the 60 into the 89 who collects the 09. That's another death, folks. Rack it up. That's the 7th of the day. Big bump. Gets the 89 out of pocket. The 09's dead. I do believe Mike Burnett was collected in that one. Oh, yeah. It's big time collected for Mike Burnett. As it's turned into an absolute crapshoot here at Talladega. Oh. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Back to the front of the pack. 6 laps to go. And here's your running order. William Ranson, he's been at the front all day. Nick Cadotte, Daytona 250 winner. Henry Kallhoff, Austin Runkle, and Jeremy T-Bond making up your top 5. Robert Fraley Jr., Daniel Jerza, Leeroy Sellers, Nathaniel Campbell, and Stephen Menke. A lot of those guys were collected. Daniel Jerza was in that incident there. He's going to take that into the pit lane. A lot of drivers already in the pit lane as well. Sorry, guys. It's very hard to keep a energetic broadcast with how many cautions and how many cars have been taken out. Doing the best I can here. Stack them up 2 by 2 with whatever cars we've got left. That is 11 cars on the lead lap. Stephen Mankey, final car on the lead lap. Catch the back of the field there. Who's going to win this race? It's anybody's ball game. Anybody's ball game here. Green flag in the air for William Ranson. 4, count it 3 laps to go. Getting pushed big time by the 32 of Nate Cadotte. Down into turn number 1. Austin Runkle on the inside there with Trey Fraley on the bottom as well. Huh? And caution flies. We're going green, white, checkered, folks. In the back of the pack, Thomas Villano, victim of a crash. Let's take a look what happened. And Jeremy T-Bon involved in that one. He was already a couple of laps down, however, I believe. Nope, he was on the lead lap. He was the last car on the lead lap, Jeremy T-Bon. Unfortunate for him. wreck at the front after caution. Was there? Where? What happened? What did I miss? There was a wreck at the front after the caution. What happened here? Caution is out. The 76. Oh, and Trey Fraley. What the heck happened? Robert Fraley, sorry. What the hell happened there? Oh, William Ranson just went straight into the wall under yellow. Oh my god. William Ranson, his wheel died, according to Garth. And look who's back up front. He is no stranger to being at the front of the pack when it comes down to these green, white, checkered. Crew chief is getting chewed, I heard. Here. All right, green, white, checkered on the table here. Pace truck is off. Nick Cadotte, Henry Kallhoff, Austin Runkle, Nathaniel Campbell, and Leeroy Sellers are your top 5. Somebody's got to win this race. The question is, who will it be? Nick Cadotte, big jump on the outside lane. Austin Runkle falls in line behind Nathaniel Campbell on the outside lane. And they're going to push to the front of the pack here. 2 laps to go. Austin Runkle down to the bottom lane. Nathaniel Campbell is going to block that run as they come through turn number 4. And they're wrecking coming across out of 4 down to the pit lane. Is the yellow flag going to fly? It's going to stay green. White flag in the air, presented by RYCO Performance. Austin Runkle, the only competitive RYCO car remaining at the top of the field, getting pushed by Nate Cadotte. He's found his way to the outside groove. Inside lane, Nathaniel Campbell, 97, John Connor on his tail. John Connor, no dog in this fight, just looking to push Nathaniel Campbell to victory. Nate Cadotte pushed by Leeroy Sellers. Runkle's going to go down in front of Nathaniel Campbell. And he's getting turned to the middle of the corner. Turned to the middle of the corner, and he's into the wall. Nate Cadotte versus Nathaniel Campbell. It's going to be a drag race. Nate Cadotte down in front of the field. Here comes Leeroy Sellers on the outside line. Nathaniel Campbell. Nate Cadotte. Who's going to find their way? Nathaniel Campbell to the outside. Who's got the run? Nate Cadotte is going to win. Back-to-back splits. Nate Cadotte's going to start off with a win. The 32 truck of Nate Cadotte finds his way to victory lane for the second time in the 2024 season. Second time at a super speedway. Your top 3, Nate Cadotte, Nathaniel Campbell, Henry Kallhoff. Let's go ahead and grab our podium finishers. Third place truck is going to be Henry Kallhoff. Let me make sure. Let me find him here in the Discord. Should be here somewhere. Just waiting on our drivers to get into the podium chat right now. Tickets are flowing in. There's already been 2 tickets opened for the race. There we go. Just missing Henry. We'll go ahead and start off with Nathaniel Campbell, our second place driver. Nathaniel Campbell, supporting the booth. Got a copy?
It is. I got a copy. What's up?
Finally had a good bounce back week for you. That was a race. We could call it that, I guess.
It was a race.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I honestly was very, very bored. I'll put it that way. 12 cautions, I believe. No, 11 cautions, 12 starts.
A lot of cautions. Yep.
It was a crapshoot, to be quite honest with you. And how did you survive it?
I feel like I just played it pretty smart the entire race. I dropped back when I needed to. I feel like I have a pretty good grip on when people are gonna crash in these types of races. I just have that type of eyesight, I guess. But I just kind of backed out every time I saw stuff getting a little hairy, and it ended up working out there, and I ended up getting up to the front at the very end.
Now, did your truck have any contact during the race? Because it looks pretty clean outside all the rubber buildup on the car.
Zero contact throughout the entire race, other than bump drafts.
That is a rare breed at Talladega. I will say you ran what some may say a perfect race. Not enough at the end. Nate Cadotte, super speedway menace, you want to call him, picks up his second win, 2024 season, his first win coming at Daytona. So he's got these super speedways figures out. Coming tomorrow for the Nextel Cup Series, you'll be in the booth tomorrow for that, so that's exciting. And then, how are you feeling for Wednesday?
I feel like if I could replicate this same type of performance, it'll show. And you know, I feel like Hollywood Motorsports got something cooking up here for Talladega. Me and Alan went P2 and 4 at Daytona, so
yeah, hopefully Garth gets his wheel connected too, and his iRacing updated so that he can.
Oh yeah.
he can make the race.
He also wasn't at Daytona, so he just barely missed it due to the duels. But now that he's here, he'll be there, and we'll definitely have some speed.
Yep, Hollywood Motorsports on the rise here in the 2024 season. Happy to have you around. We'll see you tomorrow in the booth here for the Nextel Cup Series.
All right, thank you.
Yep, have a good night. And your winner, Nate Cadotte. Nate, you got a copy?
Yeah, I copy.
Hey, congratulations picking up your second win of the 2024 season here in Daytona, or not Daytona, but in Talladega. You also won Daytona earlier in the season. It seems like you've got the super speedways figured out.
Honestly, this one I enjoy more than Daytona. Obviously, Daytona is a really big event, but this one I can enjoy more because I feel like I did much better in this race. Daytona, I'm gonna be honest, I pretty much lucked into that one, but this one, I actually really enjoyed the race, and I felt like I was able to compete for the win at most stages in this race. So this one feels just a little bit sweeter than the last one.
Yeah, absolutely. You were up front for a majority of the final stage there, fighting around with a lot of very fast trucks. You found your way through all the wrecks, luckily, and at the end of this thing, you come out on top, drag race to the finish against Nathaniel Campbell, and you find yourself on top. Going into the rest of the split here, because I know your last split was not as fortuitous. What do you think is going to be the key for you to be up at the top of the standings at the end of split 2 and make those playoffs?
Well, last split is, I think my main problem was staying out of wrecks because obviously my day ended early in Vegas and Atlanta, and it just killed my points tally. But I think if I'm able to stay out of wrecks and keep finishing good, because at the end of last split, I was able to piece together like 3 top 15s in a row. So if I'm able to just stay out of wrecks and finish races in positions I should be finishing, I think I could do really well in this split.
And I'll tell you, being the points leader in the Cup Series, the biggest thing in this league right now is just surviving. Surviving and grabbing a couple extra stage points goes a long way when those points start to tally up at the end of these splits and at the end of the season when you're looking at that wild card spot as well. So, well, thank you for coming out tonight. We've got an off week next week while everybody else runs out to Dover. And then following that, we'll be back at Kansas. How you feeling about Kansas?
It's a fairly similar track to like Las Vegas and Kentucky. I haven't run many laps on it, so I'm pretty excited for it, and I can't wait to get racing again. and I'll see if I can have a good run there too.
Awesome, awesome. Are you planning on running Nextel Cup tomorrow, or are you out on Tuesdays?
What track is Nextel Cup tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Daytona.
I think I will plan on running Nextel Cup tomorrow.
All right. Well, then we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck in that tomorrow, and we'll see you back when you return to Kansas.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Have a good night. Congratulations. And last but not least, our third place finisher, late to the booth as always, Mr. Henry Kallhoff. How you doing tonight, sir?
Well, that isn't always true, but I'm doing good. How about you?
Hey, you went through out of our top three drivers. I think you had the most attrition out of everyone. You had an early crash at the beginning of the race, and every single incident henceforth, I felt like you were either involved or right next to it in some capacity. So, how did you find your way to the top three at the end of this thing?
Yeah, so at the start, it was weird because I thought I made a good qualifying setup, and it was just really weird how I was a half second off. I was like, yeah, it's oh well. Then I made third line, and we checked up, got rid of from behind, and I thought my race was over at that point. But then all these cautions happened, which really helped me, and at one point I thought I was gonna get parked for not being minimum speed, but yeah, towards the end, we got most of our damage repaired, and I think it was lap 51. We made contact the 11. He came down, I guess, but it was really weird. I'm not making a big deal out of it. It's just kind of a strange wreck per se, but through most of the wrecks, I just kind of I don't think I got any damage. I was just kind of rolling my way through it, and just because when you go low, there's a chance that someone runs you over from behind, and also possibility for the top. So I just kind of stood where I was at in some wrecks, but yeah, towards the end it was just um, the truck was pretty good, but like unless I had draft, my truck was gonna be like really slow. So yeah, I gotta say it was really fun out there. Fortunately missed out on all the stage points, but it's whatever, and got a third place finish, and can't complain about that at all.
Yeah, it's a good points day overall with that third place finish. I mean, finishing high is always going to get you the most points at the end of the day. Stage points are important, but I mean, it's a dice roll at super speedways for stage points, anyways. So, um, well, we're happy to have you out. You planning on running Cup Series, Nextel, anything else this week?
Um, Let me look. Probably not unless some changes, but as of now, my next race in the MCRO League will probably be, uh, well, I could do a race or two between now and the truck race of Kansas, but we'll have to wait and see.
Sure, absolutely. All right, well, thanks for coming out tonight. Congratulations on your podium finish, and you have a good rest of your night.
Yep, thank you for all you do for this league.
Absolutely. Have a good rest of your night.
Yep, you too.
And last but definitely not least, we have race control up in the chat to make some announcements regarding penalties that happened at the race tonight. Gordon Fraley, how's it going, my man?
Oh, not too bad. It's fun. Honestly, a lot better of a Talladega race than I was expecting.
That was way worse than I was expecting, if I'm going to be quite honest
really?
with you. I was expecting
That's fair.
it
No, I
to
mean it
be
was
a lot
rough,
better than that.
but I will say, given where we were a few weeks ago, even, Martinsville. I guess maybe I was also my first couple races. Very stressful. This was eventful, but not as stressful.
I mean,
I
it's a
was at
lot
the
easier to determine fault here, I guess.
Yeah, there was one that I was a little unsure of, so I had good old Zach review it when he came into the race control booth, and the 60 was given another incident for an incident on lap 58 where he decided to take it 3 wide where there was clearly not room for a 3 wide, and that results in a suspension for his next race.
All right, so the 60 of Cat Wheeler will be suspended one race. Any other major penalties coming out at the end of the race here tonight?
No, everybody else that caused one, it was just into lines, just a single one. I'm not sure about the total IC count. I haven't added that up, but I don't think there's anybody in danger of the what is it, 4 and a 3 race span.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Well,
Nothing major besides a suspension, I guess. I mean, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think
overall, that's gonna wrap us up here tonight. Nothing too crazy going on. We got the Nextel Cup tomorrow, 8:30 start time. Daytona 250, 100 laps at Daytona tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, join us for the RYCO Performance 300 Circuit Cup Series race. We're happy to have everybody on board. Thanks for coming out tonight, everybody, and have a great